I've gone through an extremely successful fat loss phase, and there's one thing and one thing only that made a ginormous impact on my fat loss journey. And if you do that one thing, I promise you fat loss is going to be easier for you than it has ever been before. And that special thing, that special cheat code, that special little trick is walking. Now, how much walking, how long, whatever, I'm going to get into that later. But what you really need to know now is if you start walking consistently and start walking right, and you'll see what I mean by that. But if you start walking consistently and start walking right, fat loss is going to be so much easier for you than it would have been if you just didn't walk and decided to let your diet do all the work. It gets so much easier. Let me tell you, it's crazy how quickly and efficiently I lost fat when I started walking. I didn't lose any muscle. My workouts were not affected, and I lost fat like it was nothing. I didn't even have to starve myself to death. When I got down to my leanest, I was at like 2,200 calories every day. I wasn't like starving myself to like 1,900, 1,800 calories. I was eating decently well and I got lean. Like I said before, I'm going to tell you everything about walking. But before that, it's really important that we've got all the prerequisites right. We've got all the basics and the fundamentals absolutely nailed. So you're sleeping enough. You're sleeping round about 8 to 9 hours every night. Some people can get away with 7, but I'd recommend everyone sleep at least 8 hours a night, right? You're in a calorie deficit because if you are not, it does not matter how much you walk. It does not matter how hard you train. It does not matter how much you sleep. If you are not in a calorie deficit, you will not lose fat. Plain and simple. Accept it. It's reality. Drink plenty of water, eat enough protein, all of that stuff. I'm hoping you've already heard that stuff a bunch of times, right? I hope you have. And if you haven't, well, then now I just told you. Now we're going to talk about walking specifically. Let me tell you why it is so amazing. You can do it any place, anytime. It does not place any stress or any unnecessary stress on your joints, and it doesn't really affect your workouts. So let me tell you why. I kind of told you why when I said that it doesn't affect your joints, but let me go into detail. Let's say you choose sprinting as your form of cardio, and then after sprint day, you've got leg day. If you train sprints right, you better believe that your leg day is going to be affected. Your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes are all going to be tired because they get really engaged when you sprint. I don't know about you, when I sprint, the next day I wake up with the worst soreness ever. Maybe that's just because I sprint only once a week and my body isn't used to sprinting yet. But if somebody told me that I had to hit a squat PR after sprinting, I would probably not be very confident because my legs would be tired. But with walking, because it's not intense at all, I'd be pretty confident in saying that if I walked 10 to 12,000 steps today, I would still be able to hit a squat PR tomorrow. So how long do you walk for? Do you walk on hills or not? Here's the thing. I'm going to make it really simple. Here's the easiest way you can walk. Go into your health app that's on your phone. Look at the amount of steps you're getting in every single day or like on average. And then I want that number to go up all the way to 10,000. Now, I don't want you to bump it up to 10,000 immediately, especially if you're like only walking 2,000 steps a day on average. But start adding steps. So you can start by simply adding 2,000 steps. So from 2,000 to 4,000. And then next week, you go from 4,000 to 6, and then 6 to 8, and then 8 to 10. When you get to 10,000 steps a day, fat loss is going to be very easy for you, provided that you're already nailing the fundamentals. If you need fat loss advice catered to your specific needs, click the link in the description, book a free 15-minute call with me, or just send me a DM on Instagram and I'll help you out completely for free.